Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. Boy, have we got a treat today. This is an absolutely beautiful 1963 BSA Rocket Gold Star 650. They only made about 1,600 of these. My research says 1,584 actually. And this one is certified to have had the same engine and frame that it left the factory with. So this is from the factory with those components for sure. This was restored by a retired airline pilot in Omaha, Nebraska, and he did meticulous work. That's why I haven't pushed it out. I'm afraid to move it. It's just everything on this whole thing is so nice. It's an A10 Super Rocket engine and a double down tube Gold Star frame. And I know Gold Star was a 500, so a lighter frame, big engine. This engine was supposed to put out about 50 horsepower. It's an air-cooled parallel twin. Looks like it's got one carburetor. I'm all monoblock. I could not find a size on that. It's got a magneto right there. It's a pre-unit engine, so the transmission is separate from the engine itself. It's just a gorgeous looking thing, isn't it? You know, single, one exhaust valve, one intake valve per cylinder. Just a piece of work. Cams are most likely down here. I'm guessing that's a generator right there. Magneto right there. 4-speed transmission, kickstart only. I think the dry weight on this thing was 375 pounds. That's about 170 kilos. So 50 horsepower, 375 pounds. By the time you gas it up, you might be at 400 pounds. Just a real piece of work. They only made these in 1962 and 1963. I already talked about the limited numbers of them. Wheelbase was 54 3/4 inches. That's about 1,391 millimeters. Fuel tank was about 4.5 gallons, 16 liters. And I think that's about the end of my spec numbers for this bike. So now we're just going to enjoy the beauty of this machine. And we'll start on the other side. You all know me. I love the art. I call this art. This is motorcycle art. You know, I can just see these fragile little pieces that are put together that make up these beautiful, solid, hard-working engines. Just a gorgeous thing. Separate transmission, primary drive on the other side, connector, here's the transmission. Here's you adjust the transmission to the engine. Here's a primary chain or whatever it is. I think it's a chain, I'm not sure. Kickstart, of course. Here's the foot peg. Shifter over here, so the shifter goes back. Rear set pegs. Just gorgeous. Oil tank, so it's a dry sump engine, of course. Single monoblock carburetor. I think that's a monoblock. Yes, right there. Looks like a horn right there. Generator right there, most likely. Just a real piece of beauty, isn't it? I love the way the two pipes come into one right here. Just right out the back, single exhaust. So I found this bike and I was just struck by, it's got an appearance. You got to see this in real life. If you're anywhere close to Marnie, Iowa, get yourself over and take a look at this thing. It just really jumps at you. Look at these cafe bars. Welded brackets. Ultra low. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Mechanical brake. Oh, look at this. Air inlet for the brake. The torque bar right there. I don't know what size brake that is. I would say that's an 8-inch maybe. Looks like aluminum wheels, Dunlop wheels. And not sure what the tires are. Of course the metal, everything's metal on a bike this age. Just beautiful, beautiful. Coming here to the back, look how delicate this looks. Hagon shocks, I don't know if that's original or not, but that's certainly a nice thing to have. Every bit of this metal, just stunning. And then of course, look at this. This cowling, I hope that comes out in the video. Just beautiful. How do you even find parts for something like this? And then of course, here's the lift handle for the kick center stand. I would guess the battery's underneath. If there is a battery, it'd be underneath there. There would be a battery. Looks like the choke right here. Interesting. Very interesting. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Take a look at all that. Wow. Absolute beauty. Here's the electronics for the brake. Mechanical brake, of course. Just a real wow machine. I love it. I love it. Look at the chrome on the tank here. Fabulous. That must be how you change the oil, huh? Just a stunning machine. I mean, and the workmanship is just second to none. You know, chrome, the badging, little red pinstripe here, silver paint. That's how you get the tank off. You pull this off, and there's a bolt. Cap right there. It's a friction cap. We'll get back to that in a minute. I'm thinking that's a vent. So jumping up here, dampening, steering dampening thing right here. Smith's gauge, chronometric gauges. I'll put the, if you need work on your Smith gauge, I'll put the website for the place for that up here. Well, that looks like a choke right there. I wonder what this was then. I'm not sure. Not sure what that, maybe one's timing. Maybe this is timing and this is choke. Mechanical brake adjusters right there. Going over here, I would guess that's a kill switch. And I'm guessing that's high-low for the lights. Let's get back around here to this side, you can see it better. And there's a horn down there maybe. So let's say horn, high-lows, kill switch. That's my best guess. But this is just gorgeous. Here's the on-off for the headlights. I don't know if this thing has a battery in it or not. But just a real piece of art, isn't it? This is actually one of the most interesting motorcycles I've found back here. And I have found some very interesting motorcycles back here. Just a real piece of art. Real piece of art. And just look at that. And this is a Fury. Those of you who know what that is, be amazed. Anyway, look at this. It just looks like a heat shield down here. Protect the carburetor, I suppose. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous machine. I love it. I love it. That thing is so impressive. So absolutely impressive. These look like the Norton Road Huggers or Road Handler shocks, but they're, I don't know if they are or not, but you know, those of you that know, please comment below. Let me know. Give me some info. I need it. Just a piece. So I don't know a lot about these old British bikes, but I just love the way they look. And when I look at them, they tickle the right fancy in me. And that's why I'm so impressed by them. To me, these are from the time where the engineers and the craftsmen were all in the same building, working together, producing product that just, you know, was organic, you know, creative, powerful, strong. You could feel the connections, you know. It's just a beautiful thing. The seat looks like it's been redone. You know, that's another thing about these bikes like this, these older British bikes. A lot of bikes, you could customize them so much, right from the factory or from the dealer. You know, we don't know what this would have left the factory with for sure. Maybe there are people out there that do, but you know, you always have to wonder. Truly a beautiful, beautiful machine. So here's the information on it. You always want to know this. BSA 1963, Rocket Gold Star 650, 24.5 for price. Original owner handbook. That's amazing. So this is a pretty well equipped bike. And like I said, matching numbers. The engine and the frame match. Certified. They have a certificate to prove that. Just a absolutely wow machine to my eye. You know, look at these brakes. I mean, just, I'm drooling, aren't I? Anyway, if you all are interested in something like this, or any, you know, any kind of vintage British bike, or new Triumph, or new Royal Enfield, or used, get yourselves over here to Baxter Cycle. They can help you out. They also have the largest parts inventory for vintage British bikes in North America, and they're very helpful. Give them a call if you need anything. They can help you with a new bike, a vintage bike, or parts for your bike project. Anyway, life is good. Get out there and ride, my friends. Wahoo!